Okay, I'll just close hide video preview. Show video preview. Okay, that's doing that. Let's turn that on. Hi, I don't know if you can hear me, but this is my first live event. James Abell, and this is session 001. This is called Arc 5. I was going to do it on a projector screen, but I had issues with cables. And I think this is good because you can see the screen. And then here's my MIDI. So you can see that. And that is just a basic MIDI controller. And I'm going to, I've programmed these buttons in a program called TouchDesigner, bam, 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 to react. So when I press a button, dropping the T's, it will do different things. And this is made in TouchDesigner, and I also made something in Blender. So in Blender, basically, there's a 3D thing in Blender that I made. And this is going to be part of my solo show in Glasgow with real artwork. I've got, you can see a fraction of something I'm doing there, which is the real artwork. Well, I mean, physical artwork. And then this is basically going to be projected. And this is actually going to have some live readings of buoys around the world. For YouTube, sorry, I didn't do it live, so I made a mistake. I couldn't link it because I had to use something called OBS. So I'll download it onto my computer and then upload it on YouTube. So sorry anyone that tuned in YouTube. It's only on Twitch, but I'll put it on YouTube later on tonight. Anyway, so this is all about like reacting to music. So I've got some music here. It's carbon-based life forms. I'm going to play that. Hopefully the sound's okay. Carbon-based life forms, derelict. And I'm just going to start doing this and see how it goes. I can't see any of you chatting to me, but I can respond later because I'm on full screen. All right, let's go. So let's go to start playing. Okay, I'll shut up now and do the art, which is more important. Further than words, too much talking. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me because I've got my external amplifier on. So I'm just going to have a break and then I'll do a bit at the end. So there's about 14 minutes to go. So this is basically how I'm doing it. This is a program called TouchDesigner, and it's kind of free. So it's free if you're doing it non-commercially, and it only gives you a resolution to project at a certain amount. But if you get the full version, which is £500 or USD or CAD equivalent, you can do really good stuff. But this is just a free version for now. I'm going to get the commercial version when lockdown has ended, when I started doing live events. It's basically visual programming. So these are all these nodes that I've constructed. I'm not going to open them up because it'll slow down the presentation. But these are the materials, as you can see. So I can, this is a red material, which is, this is the sky. So when I was switching the sky, I've got these different materials that go. These are the sky materials, as you can see. And then I fed in a MIDI, and then when I turn it on the dial, which I just kind of to remember which one it is, the color, and I turn it, and it switches. So this is like a switch command, and you can see the MIDI in. I had to specify the MIDI in, so these are all the different characters. So it's like visual programming, and it's, to start with, it's really annoying, and it's not that creative really, but you soon get into it and you can discover how creative you can get it. And people might think, why don't you just use a game engine? But with this, it's like you're making things from the ground up each time, and it's really useful to do that as well. And it also it's good for your brain. So you've got all these things here, and let's find something that's important. Okay, we've got a switch there. So what's the switch coming from? So the switch is, so these are the things that are switching. So these are all these buttons on my MIDI. Okay, and that's going into the switch, and that's changing. So you can see that. You can see these yellow these lines. You can see the changes there. So when it's different buttons do different things. And then you can see and then you output it, and you can put some post-production on it as well. So I've composited that see, I've got my camera. There's me in color, full color. It's quite dark, so the color's really false looking. And so I decided to make it black and white, which looks better. And then there's a transform there, so that takes it down. Let's just see if anyone's watching this. This is my first Twitch, kind of, so basically, I'm going to start building people up. I'm going to do one of these every week. And please ask questions. I can't really answer questions. I think next week I'm going to get my Twitch on the phone. Next week it's going to be more drawing based. It's going to be more kind of story based. But yeah, so that's it looks quite complicated, but it is actually it's kind of easy in a way when you get to know it. It's kind of building block by block, and the forums are really good on Facebook. It's and it does projection mapping as well. So one week I'm going to get projection mapping onto the wall with my paintings, and I might even do that next week. But I've got a few cartoony things to show you as well and make it interactive. So it's all about making it interactive with my MIDI controller and controls. And in the solo show in Glasgow, so please get in touch if you want to go to that. I can put you on my newsletter or put you on my social media. And so when it's up, then I'll have controls that people can fiddle around with in the actual event. Mind you, with COVID-19, I'm not sure people will be able to press buttons and things like that for ages, because the powers that be will not allow you to do that for safety. So it might just have to be me doing it, which solves a lot of problems, because when you're going to get people, adults and kids, touching things like this, there is health and safety pre-COVID, and also they can break it as well. I had a 3D print in an exhibition once, and it's quite strong. And this kid was with his parents, and the kid was wanting to express itself, and it wanted to pick up the 3D printer. And I said, that's okay, you can pick it up. And guess what? He dropped it. It's like he did that on purpose, I'm sure. It's like sticking your finger into the fan. You want to see what happens. So I didn't let them. I just don't let them pick things up now. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so I'm going to start again. I've got 9 more minutes, and I'm going to put on carbon-based life forms again. Now that track's finished. Let's put on a new one.
It is also dependent on the viewer's position. They should be in this one particular place. It isn't something divine or angelic, but its appearance can be truly and utterly breathtaking. And some would say that it is borderline magical.
Okay, so that's the end. Thank you very much for watching. And if you're not watching live, you're watching on YouTube. Apologize for sending out a newsletter saying that I had it live on YouTube, but I'll have to sort that out for next week. So from that, that's my first live show. I think you'll agree. It sort of kept repeating. It would be good if this was, in a kind of interior like an art gallery or a nightclub where people are doing other things. But if it's just really watching on a screen, or if you're watching this as a performance, just sitting down, I think I need to make it more story based. So, for example, these 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 things, the drawings, these abstract drawings that I do, they could have, I could put words up and have a kind of story. And it's very easy to do in TouchDesigner. You just sort of bring in the words. It's kind of like a uber version of PowerPoint with programming and everything you can do under the sun. It's like a universal tool. You can even link, electronics to it and Arduinos and even have connects, so you can move around and it can recognize you as well. So it's so amazing, and and I'm glad that I learned it over this. Well, I've been learning it for about a year or so now, but especially over the lockdown, I've done quite a lot of things. And if you want to see that, you can text me, and you can go to James Abell, my YouTube channel, JamesAbell, and you can see some past ones I've done. And as I say, I'm going to try and do a live one every week during these lockdown times. I think lockdown in the UK is going to go on for a few more weeks. And if more people watch, then I'll keep doing them. But I aim, when everything opens up again, I aim to do this live and that kind of thing. So if you're in the kind of Glasgow area, then get in touch, because I'll be doing stuff live. And if you've got a venue, or you're interested in live stuff, even doing stuff for stuff you want with photographs or 3D environments of mountains or whatever, I can do that as well in this real-time thing and have a live show. Because I think when lockdown ends, it's going to be amazing for live performance. And I'm really interested in doing this because, stuck behind a computer screen, just doing Zoom stuff. I like doing art. I love drawing. You can see my art, jamesabellart.com. I love drawing and clay making. And then this digital has always been a kind of solitary thing behind a screen. But now it sort of takes it to the next dimension, especially mixing traditional work as well. So anyway, I'll leave you there, and you can contact me at jamesabellart on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And you can also go to my website, jamesabellart.com. All the links are there in Twitch. You can go to info@jamesabellart.com for emails. And if you felt like this was interesting and you'd like to help me to put money towards things like projectors and more time to do this, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JamesAbellart. And thank you so much, and I'll see you next week at 8 p.m. with something new. Bye for now.